Hello YouTube, this is Andy Yankee here again, and today is obviously the release of the Jace Vs Vraska starter deck, and look what I got here for you. Hopefully this will be the first one on YouTube. Wouldn't that be neat? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up, take a look at the cards, and that will be it. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a review of the deck. So, Now I probably should have got two of these guys, because if it's anything like the Chandra vs Jace deck, the original one, it'd probably be worth like $150. No. Vraska. Ladies first. And then here we go. And Magic's very own poster boy, Jace. Alright, so you get two ready to play decks. You get two boxes, and you get 3 tokens, creature tokens. Strategy game and play guide. Play guides are probably going to be worth a little bit. They're probably going to be unique to the set. So here we have the guide here. Yeah, just trying to. There you go. Oh, this is the story. Put that away. Put that over there. Then we have our standard stats. It's just a standard how to play guide. So we don't need to go over that. So hell, which deck is which? Based on the token out front, we'll do that and that. So for sorry, I'm just admiring it a little bit. Very nice art with Vraska. People know what don't know what she does. Her +1 is until your next turn, whenever this card's attacked, that creature dies. Gives your planeswalker death touch. Her -3 is destroy target permanent, non-land permanent, and then her -7, she gets to put 3 assassin tokens into the battlefield. If they deal damage, that player loses the game. So I gotta hard keep derping up and hitting the I keep hitting the boxes. I'm having technical difficulties with the hard sleeve. I put Vraska right there. I would have actually preferred this art for Vraska initially. I like it, it's prettier. And then something I'm not too fond to see, the Architect of Thoughts, Jace. Now, this card was $25 for the Return to Ravnica last time I checked. Now it's like $15 for the special one, and this one's $10. Not bad. To make your money back just with the Planeswalkers. Here's +1 until your next turn. Whenever a creature attacks, it gets -1/-0. Then you get to remove the top 3 cards of your library for its -2. An opponent separates those into 2 piles, and I get to choose which one I put in my hand, and the others are put in the bottom of their library. And now this is why I think this one's the best Jace. Well, Mind Sculptor's obviously the best, but my opinion, It's -8. You get to search your library. Search for each opponent. For each player, search that player's library for a basic non-land card. For a non-land card, and exile it. Then that player shuffles his or her library, and you play that card for throughout the mana cost. So, very good card. I think this one's a 4-coster, and the other one's a 4-coster as well. Mind Sculptor is 4. So, that there. And let's see what we got. We'll go to this one first. So, this is Vraska duel deck, I believe. They both have black in it. Surprising. I would have thought that they would not do that. Oh, no, this is the Jace deck. My bad. Alright, so... Oh, that's really cool. So we got our Assassin token for Vraska. And on the back, you got your standard Magic the Gathering thing. The back, classic back. So I like that token. So I actually should put that over there and not confuse people. So I'm not sure about the deck itself, but we're gonna go through it. So first card is Chronomation. Tap 1 and tap this creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Jace's Phantasm. If you have 10 or more cards in your graveyard, it gets +4/+4. Phantasmal Bear. And whenever it gets targeted with a spell or ability, it dies. And you sack it. This is Aether Fragment. You can kick it for 3, and if it was kicked, it gets +1/+1, 2 +1/+1 counters. So pay 5 for a 3/3. And it can't be blocked, so it's unblockable. Crosstown Courier, so a Ravnica card. Whenever another creature deals combat damage to a player, whenever this card deals combat damage to a player, your opponent will put that many cards into their graveyard. So, okay, nice classic card, Dreamstalker. Last time I saw this card was in Time Spiral. No, M10. M10's the last time I saw this card. It's actually one of my favorite cards. It enters the battlefield. Return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. It's 2 for a 1/5. I really like it. And we have 2 Krovaskian Mists. You see there? Flying, this card's power and toughness are equal to the number of illusions on the battlefield. It's a decent card. You play illusion decks. They're not very overly popular. Oops, sorry, Jace. We'll just do it like this. Alright. You can tell I'm new to this. Merfolk Wayfarer. This card enters the battlefield. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all island cards into the battlefield. And the rest of the cards in the bottom of your library in any order. Seagate Oracle. This card enters the battlefield. Look at the top 2 cards of the library. Put one on your hand and the other into your bottom of your library. Could be a double-edged sword there. And you have Stealer Secrets. Deals combat damage. Draw a card. Aether Adept. Return a creature card to its owner's hand. Target creature card to the owner's hand. Oh, it's a very good card. Always Deck someone's commander. Archaeomancer. When this card enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, Phantasmal Dragon. Same thing as Phantasmal Bear. Comes a target with spell or ability, sack it. It's very good. Here's one of the rares in the set. This is unique by far. It'll probably be worth a little bit of money. Body Double. It enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature in any graveyard. So, yeah, that could get nasty. Living Phantom. Whenever this card deals combat damage, return it to its owner's hand. So actually, I'll keep the rares separate. So it's okay. And Aeon Chronolancer, Chronicler. There we go. It's a 5-drop. This card power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your hand. You can suspend this card for X, 3 and a blue. X can't be 0. Whenever a time counter is removed from this card while it's exiled, you get the draw card. So you can suspend it for 5. Well, X is going to be your suspend cost, but suspend it for 5, draw 5 cards. We have a Riftwing Cloud Skite. This card enters the battlefield, target permanent or return target permanent to its owner's hand for 5, 2/2 flyer. You can suspend it for 3 for 2. Pretty good. Jace's Mindseeker. So when this card enters the battlefield, target opponent puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from among them without paying their mana cost. It's another good card. Wow, I'm sorry, there's some really good cards in this set. You have Errant Amphorion. It's 7 coster for 4/4 flying. You can suspend it for 2. So suspend 4 for 2 rather than pay its mana cost. Then we have, these are one of my favorite mill cards. They're called Thought Scours. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard for 1, draw a card. Always good to get different set versions of those. You have Agoraphobia. Enchant creature gets -5, -0, and you can pay 3 to return it to your hand. You have Into the Royal. You can kick it. Return target permanent to its owner hand. Non-land permanent. If it was kicked, draw a card. Perfect example of non-creature unsummon. So you can do that to a planeswalker because it's a non-creature permanent or non-land permanent. Memory Lapse. So you counter target spell, and then you put it on the top of its owner's library. You know how ridiculous this card is? Especially for EDH play. I'm just going to go in my mono blue EDH. So you can deck your opponent's planeswalker or your commander. Deck your opponent's commander. On my counter, put it on the top of its owner's library. And then make them draw it, and then make them exile their hand. So you have Prohibit, another counter spell. So it's kickers too. It's like Mana Leak. Counter target spell if its converted mana cost is 2 or less. If you kick it, you can counter target spell that's 4 or less. I misread that. It's nothing like Mana Leak. You basically counter a 2-coster or a 4-costing spell. Oh, here's another one. Remade. Counter target spell. Counter this way, put it into its owner's hand. And then you get to draw a card on it. Claustrophobia. Enters the battlefield, enchant creature. Tap enchanted creature, and it doesn't untap ever. Well, unless they have something that lets them untap. And then you have Griptide, another top decker. So puts put a target creature card on top of its owner's library. These are cards that I also. Oh shit! You can't see it. My bad. Didn't even notice that. Here, I'm putting them out of the way. So here's Ray of Command. Untap target creature an opponent controls. Gain control of it till end of turn. That creature gains haste. And when you lose control of it, tap it. Wow. That's instant speed too. That's funny. It's like a blue version of Act of Treason. And here's a card I was really excited to see. Control Magic. It's a 4-costing it's a 4-costing Mind Control. Mind Control costs 5. Oh, here's another Zendikar. That's a Zendikar card originally. Summoner's Bane. So it's good that they're going back this far. Counter target creature spell. Put a 2/2 blue illusion creature token in the battlefield. I love the flavor text on this thing. It's funny. Well, not funny. I don't need to have a perfect plan. My foe just has to have an imperfect one. Says every blue player ever. This is Jace's Ingenuity for 5, draw 3. Not very powerful draw card. There's better ones like Divination. Alrighty, so we got a really nice card here. It's called Future Sight. That's going to be worth a lot of money. Play the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library. Flavor text. It's inevitable. It's inevitable, any less miraculous, and Valdera, the Wandering Sage. You all can make fun of me in the comments about my mispronunciations. I don't mind. I'm good for a good laugh. And it's Spellwine. It's a good card. 6-coster. Exile target instant or sorcery card from your opponent's graveyard and target instant sorcery from your graveyard and your opponent's graveyard. Copy those cards. Cast the copies of those cards without paying their mana cost. Exile this card. Alright. Dread Sanctuary. There. As tap, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. And then 4, it becomes a 4/2 golem artifact creature till end of turn. It's still a land. So, it's a good card. And then we got 2 Helmar Deaths. That's another Zendikar, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it's Zendikar. When this card enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them back in any order, and then you can add... You add blue to your mana pool. They're not bad. And then we have our Islands from Ravnica. They're all Ravnica art. Because it's Ravnica. It's a Ravnica dual deck. I'm very disappointed because they could have been really beautiful full art lands because it's Jace. And Jace deserves all the full art lands ever. So we got our commons and uncommons. The best cards out of the set. The cool cards anyway. Then we move on to Vraska. Now, is it just going to be 3 assassin tokens? Or is it going to be the illusion token as well? I think they'd be at the back. We get 3 creature tokens. I'm going to find the creature token. We get 3 assassin tokens. And this is weird because it's like 5 or 6. This is 4, 5. It's 6 cards in. What the frick, wizards? Why you do that? Why you do that to me? So we're going to get rid of these guys. These are our basic lands. So we don't need to go, well, yeah, let's go through them. Just because they probably have some cool art. Forests are pretty. Forests are always pretty. I think I'll alter these, make them some really nice full arts. But I might keep the deck together. For the lulz. Always for the lulz. Get arrested? Where'd you do it? For the lulz! Oh, you're free to go then. Doesn't work that way. We have Pulse Tracker. There's this Zendikar card. Enters the battlefield. When this card attacks, each opponent loses a life. Yeah. That's a really good one-costing card. Shadow Ally Daisen, another vampire. Whenever this card, another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains Intimidate till end of turn. Well, Intimidate is, it can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share the same type with it. So, you're playing people that play black-red. Make your green creature Intimidate. We have Tavern Swindler. It is a 2 for 2/2 human rogue. Pay 3 life, flip a coin. If you win the flip, you gain 6 life. That's a thing. That's shenanigans and a half. We have Rite of Paraxix. It is a creature zombie from Avacyn block, the Innistrad block. And we have Deathhood Cobra. Deathhood Cobra. 2 for 2/2 creature snake. This card gains reach till end of turn. This creature gains death touch till end of turn. This is an Zendikar block, or Mirrodin Besieged. Scars of Mirrodin block. And we have 2 colors. Let's do 2 color pile. We have 2 Gatekeeper Vine. Defender. This card enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a basic land card or gate. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. That's obviously Ravnica. Return. River Boa. Now, this card is from Zendikar. I know that for a fact. River Boa. Island Walk. This creature can't be blocked as long as the defending player controls an island. Regenerate River Boa. Oh, same person did the art for those guys. Vine Lasher Kozu. Whenever this card enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. So it is a landfall, sort of. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, they could have put landfall on it. That's a rare. It's 2 for 1/1, and yeah. You have Putrid Leech. It's a multicolor. Green-black. Pay 2 life. This card gets 2/2 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once per turn. That is not very nice. I want to activate it all the turns. Or multiple turns. Wow, Vraska, you get a lot of piles. We have Sadistic Sadistic Augur Mage. When this card dies, each player may put a card from his or her hand. Oh, each player puts a card from his or her hand on the top of her library. Not bad. Whenever this, Slate Street Ruffian. Whenever this card becomes blocked, defending player discards a card. 3 for 2/2. I need to get a better camera. Maybe I'd get more views if I had a good camera. Orna Reef Recluse. I don't like spiders, so we're gonna go just show the card. There you go. No spiders for you. We have Spinowraith. It is a 3 for a 2/2 creature elemental. When this card deals combat damage, put a token that's a copy of this card into the battlefield. Oh. That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Stonefair Crocodile. 3 for a 3/2. This card gains lifelink until end of turn. Would have thought it'd been Death Touch since it's a crocodile. Green and black. And we have Oran Viper. It's a snow creature. Well then. Whenever this card deals combat, destroy that creature at the end of combat. It's not Death Touch. Only at the end of combat. No, it is Death Touch. Why didn't they just write Death Touch? Whenever this card deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. That's pretty. I'll go on my EDH deck for sure. Nuke little 3/1s. Or 1/3s. Anything really. Corpse Trader. Whenever this card sacrifice a creature, target opponent reveals his or her hand, choose a card from it. That player discards that card. Activates its ability only time you can cast a sorcery. And it's just that. Oh, it's 3 in stack. A little too heavy of a cost for my liking. Fast Rider Boar. It is a 3/3 4 trample morbid. This card enters the battlefield with 2 or more counters on it if a creature died this turn. This is from the Innistrad block. It's morbid. Oh my goodness, Mole Shamblers. Everyone knows what Mole Shamblers is. Oh, it's a really good Zendikar card. It's 4 for a 3/3 creature fungi beast. It has a 2 costing kicker. When this card enters the battlefield, if it was a kicked, destroy target non-creature permanent. That's just okay. I gotta read the. I love these old cards, man. When the civilians approach on nature, Zendikar enroaches back. Highway Robber. When this card enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Hey, not bad. A lot of creatures. Have we hit any? No, I don't think we hit over non-creature permanent. Oh god. Nectartal. Meh. First Strike. When this card enters the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. That creature can't be regenerated. And then, I love this flavor text. It's absolutely beautiful. So you can't protect them all, Jace Vraska. So they're definitely playing on Jace's I'm a good guy role. Even though I believe he worked for Nico Bolas. Might get my lore wrong. Don't quote me on that. Reaper of the Wilds. We know what this card is. I believe it is Theros. No, it's not Theros. It is Ravnica. Whenever another creature dies. No, it is Theros. Wow, they actually threw some Theros cards in here. It's a scry. Reaper of Wilds gains Death Touch on the turn. Reaper of Wild gains Hexproof on the turn. That's the green-black guy right here. Another multicolored. Besides Vraska. We have Acidic Slime. We all know what Acidic Slime does. It's a 5-coster of Death Touch, enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. The hell with Acidic Slime. The hell with it. We have Drooling Gordion. into Creature Beast. For 4, sacrifice a creature. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and another creature gets 2 -2/-2 till end of turn. 2 -, 2 -. We have 2 Tragic Slips. Slip. Target creature gets -1 till end of turn. Morbid. If a creature gets died this turn, get -13. Hypnotic Cloud. Weird art for a Hypnotic Cloud. Kicker for 4. Target player discards a card. If this card was kicked, player discards 3 cards instead. Wow. Now you have Knight's Whisperer. I think that's one of the cards mentioned on the back. As a... Oh, that was a rare. My bad. Night Whisperer. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. I have seen things that would reduce a weaker person to bubbling and raving. Want to hear about them? Vraska. She's sort of a masochist, but I wouldn't treat her as a bad guy. Even though I think she is. We have a couple more cards. Marcia Casualties. Kicker 3. Creatures target player controls get -1/-1. If this card was kicked, those creatures get -2/-2. And it's only at sorcery speed. Ewy. Then we have Treasured Find, a Ravnica card for sure. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand, exile it. Exile target Treasured Find, I should say. Last Kiss, this is Zendikar. Last Kiss deals 2 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. There we go. Stab Wound. Enchant creature gets -2/-2. If this creature's controller loses 2 life. At beginning of each upkeep. Not good, not bad. I actually like that card a lot. Put it on their commander and then... Well, EDH. I mainly play EDH, so I make a lot of EDH references. Underworld Connections. Just traded one away, just got one back. Enchant Land. This card has tap, pay 1 life, draw a card. Indeed. Then we have Consume Strength. Target creature gets +2/+2 to end of turn, and another target creature gets -2/-2 to end of turn. Didn't we just go over a card like that? Yeah, I think it was a black card. Unless I just went over this card twice, and then I'll feel like a dope. And for the last real card here, Grizzly Spectacular. Grizzly Spectacle, I call it the Spectacular Grizzlies. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Controller puts a number of cards equal to the creature's power on top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Very nice. Now we have Golgari Gilgate. Gates are as gates are. I think that's a special one for the set. We have Rogue's Passage. Add 1 to your mana pool. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. And we have 2. These are new cards to me. Tainted Wood. Add 1 to your mana pool. And then it has tap, add green or black to your mana pool. Activate this only if you control a swamp. Right there. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning a little tired. Alrighty, so. Oops. Oh. Well, that's it, YouTube. You got the Jace Vs Vraska deck. You've got Jace and Vraska. Beautiful artwork, beautifully done. I'm gonna rate this deck, Jace deck, based on what I saw. I'd probably give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Power probably a 2 or a 3, so beginner level deck. And then Vraska deck, I'm gonna rate it just because green is not my favorite color. I'm going to rate it weaker, like a 7. I feel the Jace deck could wipe the floor with the Vraska very easily. Well, that's his Anti-Anchor signing off. Check out my other videos, like, subscribe. More likes and subscribes and views on my videos gets you more videos to watch. I want to do a deck review. I'll probably do Super Friends first, and if you want to know what Super Friends is, you'll get to watch the video and see what it is, and see how it works and the secrets behind it. Until then, peace off.